than that. So welcome this morning to the Know Before You Go call for our circle retreat happening at Miraval just in 2 weeks. I can't wait. So I'm going to go through some information and I'm going to open it up for questions because I want to make sure that you have all of your questions answered before you go, so you're well prepared. You can put any kind of, I don't know what's going to happen, anxiety aside, show up with everything that you need and just ready to experience Miraval in its very best way. So welcome. And let me see, where shall we start? There's so much. So really quick, even just by show of hands or say yes or whatever, who has been to Miraval before? I know Laura has, and Renee has, and nobody else. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait for you to go. All right. Now I'm even more excited. So when we decided to take a retreat with the circle, and we went last year, as you know, it was one of the things that we did when we were coming back off of COVID, because it was just so hard on so many of us for so long, and there were so many people feeling so isolated and so just exhausted from everything that happened during that time, that we decided, what we really need to do is put some energy and some love and some health back into us, into the amazing women who are running larger companies, who feel responsible for everyone else, and who run bigger lives, honestly, than most people do. And so we arranged this retreat at Miraval, and we went, and it was life-changing for a lot of people who were there. And because we had never been before, we didn't know what we didn't know. And Miraval had even more to offer than we knew it did when we went last year. So as we were leaving last year, we said, if we come back here again next year, we've got to do a know before you go to the women who sign up, to give them that heads up so that they can be better prepared, so that they can get even more out of it than we got out of it last year. So that's the whole purpose of this call today, is to just let you know what we didn't know before we went the first time, so that you will know before you go the first time, and you'll have even a better time than we did. And that's going to be hard to beat. But I have faith in you, my overachievers, that you can do it. So with that, I'm going to start as early in the process as possible to give you the information, and so we're going to start with where we are on the timeline. All of you were confirmed, all of you were going. Miraval knows you're coming. You all have confirmation numbers. You've all received information from them. That's all good. Where we are on the calendar now is, I always have help. Where we are on the calendar is close enough to the actual event date that you can't cancel now, so don't. It's that simple. Reason being is we're too close that in our contract, there's not a refund, and there is no reason to spend that kind of money for nothing. No reason. So you got to go now. So you're going. There you go. So we can move along. And there he is, and he's back again. So I'm just going to hold him because he doesn't like that. All right. So activities, you all got a confirmation number and a link to book your activities. If you have not done that yet, I highly suggest you do that today, because a lot of things will be full. Now, that being said, this is something we didn't know when we went last year. There are also activities and things that go on at Miraval that you will not find on that link, because they add things as they have new things come on board. And so that's why they have an activities desk and a concierge there to help you book or move around your activities. So just because you have things a certain way right now doesn't mean that you can't shift things. So that's an important thing to know too. There are private sessions available with some of their experts on site for all sorts of different things. It could be an exercise thing. It could be a nutrition thing. It could be a clairvoyant psychic thing. I mean, they've got amazing people that do all sorts of things. They're on property. And when you visit the activity desk, then they will know exactly where the openings are, what time, and they can work with you in your schedule and they can shift things around. So don't be shy about showing up at their desk and saying, hey, can you look at my schedule with me? What else do you have? Or I'm interested in this, what's open? Because what happens is when people cancel and move their things around, then openings show up in some of those things that you wanted to do that might be full right now. And then you can get in. That being said, if you have booked something and you decide for whatever reason that you don't want to do that anymore, or you want to move things around, then don't show up. You must cancel. And so you have to call that desk and let them know that you're not coming, or they will charge you a no-show fee, even for the free activities, because you're taking a spot that kept somebody else from going. So do know your schedule. And if you're going to change it, gotta let them know. So that's important information to know ahead of time too. So you can just plan on that. Let me see. Transportation, super important too. That's always something that people want to know a lot about before they go. Transportation, if you are flying into Tucson, then the resort already knows that, or should know that. I know that they've asked you to give them your travel plans. So have I. And every travel plan you've sent to me, I've sent to them. And I verified with them over and over again. I talk to them every day. And so we're all like family now. And so they know when you're coming. They know what your flight number is. They know what airline you're coming in on. And they will have a driver's in baggage claim with a sign looking for you, and they will get you to the resort. Now, when it's time for you to check out and go back, they also need to know that too, because they have a shuttle that goes back to the Tucson airport on the hour, every hour, and the last one leaves at 2 p.m. Now, if you are leaving super early in the morning before the shuttle starts, all you have to do is let Miraval know, and they will get a private car to take you to the airport at no charge. So their service is excellent. But all you have to do is just let them know what your plans are and if your plans change, and they will work with you and get you where you need to be. One of the reasons I love working with them, and we have the nicest people that are in charge of our group there. Now, if you're flying into Phoenix, if you are going to be at the board meeting in Phoenix that is going to finish up on Thursday, then there will be a shuttle leaving from the Tempe Buttes, and you'll all go together to Miraval and go check in together. So it's going to be super easy. We also have several ladies flying into Phoenix, and some of them are getting rental cars. So if right now, if you know what your plans are, but you haven't told me what your plans are, or if you're changing your plans, then tell me what's happening. And if you need a ride, like from Phoenix, and when you're arriving, then let me know, and I will help you coordinate that. I know that we've got 3 Circle Sisters in 1 rental car already on Thursday morning flying into Phoenix, and probably 4 others who are planning to rent cars. Because, oddly enough, in this group, we have a lot of very independent women who like to just do their own thing. I know that's really surprising, and it's not. And we have a few people driving in as well because they're close enough to drive. And so transportation, it's simple as that. If you're going to Tucson, Miraval's got you. If you're coming to Phoenix, make sure I know when you're coming in and when you're planning to go back, so that I can make sure that you also have a ride back to Phoenix when you need to go. Okay, so that's transportation.
I have questions about transportation,
yes,
if that's
yes,
okay.
ma'am. Yes, please.
Yeah, so I did contact the transportation desk to ask for my arrangements, but they have me going back there. They have me on a 9 a.m. shuttle for a 9:42 a.m. flight, which doesn't even sound possible. So I didn't know if you had some insight into that. And I'm flying out of Tucson.
But the very simple thing to do is when you check in, when you're at check-in, they will ask you about your transportation when you check in, and tell them, I want to be on the 8 a.m. shuttle, 8 a.m. please. Thank you very much.
Right. So yeah, I just
And if it's
responded
full,
to their
feel free to
email
get me a
too. So right. So I
car.
responded
Yeah,
them to just now because I was like,
yeah.
let me recheck. And then also I had a really early flight at like a 6 a.m. departure. That's not what I wanted. That's just what was coming up as available. And they didn't offer me that car thing. They said we don't start the shuttles that early. You'd have to pay for your own transportation. So just to let you
Well,
know, I got different information.
well, and I'll let you know that our event coordinator has promised me cars for our group.
Oh,
So the person you were
that's
talking
nice.
to, that's their general answer.
Okay,
But for our group,
cool.
we get cars.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome, welcome to the group. It's good to be part of the group. Yes, Camilla.
Question on is complimentary shuttle. But we tip them like a normal complimentary
You do not
shuttle.
tip
We would
them.
tip them or not tip them. What's the
There-
protocol?
There is no tipping at all at Miraval. There is no tipping. It is a non-tipping property. It's a non-tipping service. And
Glad
so
I
you
asked.
no cash at all while you are on property. It's like a cruise ship that isn't a ship, right? You go and you do your things. You don't have to bring money. You don't have to tip, and you don't and just don't forget your deep breathing exercises before you check out, and they give you your final bill. So no, just teasing.
Well, we'll have saved all that money that we would have spent during the week. So it's almost like a wash, right?
Yes, exactly. And I just saw a question come up in the chat for meal times. Great question. That is actually next up on my list of what I want to tell you about. So meals work a couple of different ways at Miraval. There is a cafe that's open during the day that you can just stop and get food whenever you want to. For dinner time, you actually want to make a dinner reservation if you're going to eat there in the restaurant. You don't have to eat in the restaurant. You can also call the restaurant and you can place an order. They will box it all up, have it ready for you at the reception desk when you say, I want to pick up my dinner at 6:30 and this is what I want to order tonight. The menus are all in your room. It's all online. It's very easy. And so you can actually pick up your dinner and take it anywhere on property to eat. If you do want to sit down in the restaurant, then you do need to make a reservation ahead of time so they know what time to count on you to make sure that there's room in the restaurant and that the kitchen is appropriately staffed. But meals are super simple that way. I mean, there's also a cafe next to the big pool. You can get food and eat at the pool. You can grab something at the cafe. There's the Coyote Moon Lounge. They also serve food in there. You can order in the lounge. If you want to get a cocktail in there, they do serve alcohol in the Coyote Moon Lounge as well. Your alcohol is not included with your overall fee. So that would be added on to your bill, just like on a cruise ship. Like that one cruise ship my husband and I took, and it rained the whole time, and we spent too much time in the bar. And when we got our final bill, we both were a little bit scared for our kidneys and livers, but we didn't know we were doing that. Is there a dress code at the restaurant? No, this is a casual property, and it is a wellness property. It is be comfortable. You can wear your yoga clothes for 4 days if you want to. Now, if you want to dress up, you are free to do that too. You will see some of everything in the restaurant. You will see yoga clothes. You will see beautiful spring dresses. You will see whatever makes people happy is what you are going to see. And so feel free to dress according to what's going to make you happy and what's going to make you feel good. So that's what I want you to do. Do bring your bathing suit if you want to use the pool or the spa services. It's gorgeous. Yes, Bobby Jean.
Is there coffee and water in the rooms?
Question.
Great question. Yes, there is. I know for sure. I'm going to say, I know for sure there's water because they have beautiful water carafes with their own filters, and it's gorgeous. And I want to say yes if there's coffee, but honestly, I was up and out so early in the morning that I don't even remember. Renee, do you remember? Is there coffee in the room? There is. She's saying yes. And
That's an important question.
it is a very important question. And
Yeah, I agree,
think
Bobby
I
Jean.
remember there
Bobby.
being coffee in the room. But there's
That-
also
that's-
coffee. There's coffee right there at the cafe that's there all the time, and you can just go get it whenever you want to get it. And so I'm like, I don't
Oh,
remember this.
Linda, you're one of
Oh,
those
no.
people. I can't people before I have coffee. I must coffee
Yeah,
and
like-
then people.
I'm
So
with you there.
coffee in the room
Yeah.
is required. In fact, I travel with my own via Starbucks packets
Yes.
just
me
in
too.
case the coffee in the room is that disgusting
love
pod
that.
stuff because I can't do that. No, I coffee and then
Yeah.
I people.
I have a
Okay, that's
Keurig
good.
next to my bed.
Oh, there you go.
I do.
You are my people. You are my
Ah,
people. I have one in my
Christina.
bathroom.
Yes.
Good. Okay, that's a
So you will not
consensus.
see him at that cafe at 6 a.m.
There is
No,
coffee
ma'am.
in the room. And I swear to God, if there's not coffee in Christina's room, I'm going to be leaving it outside her door first thing in the morning.
And mine. Yes.
And Camilla's.
And mine, yeah.
And Bobby
And,
Jean.
and mine,
Want to be on
and
the
mine.
coffee list? Let me know.
I'm on the coffee
Okay, so
list. I think everyone
I like
knows.
it.
Like
Now, if
sometimes
it's
they have
something-
Nespressos in the room, Nespresso machines. So if they do that, then I'll bring
Mm-hmm.
a sleeve.
That's pretty cool. You know what? I'm going to find out ahead of time. I'm going to ask Allison today what is in the room so that I make sure that I know. Because honestly, I just can't remember exactly what was in there last year.
Do they have water filler stations on the property? Because sometimes like I'm
Everywhere.
coming. Okay, so you just
Oh my
bring a
gosh, yes,
reusable bottle
everywhere.
and then
You
can-
don't need
okay,
to bring your
okay.
reusable bottle because you get one at check-in. You'll get a beautiful Miraval bag and you will get your refillable water bottle right there when you check in. And so you will have everything that you need. I got mouse. I need to let Michelle in. There we go. So you'll get those things when you check in. So you don't need to bring that with you. You're free to bring it, of course, if you want to, but you won't need it.
Hey,
I
Linda,
do
is
think-
there,
Yes.
sorry, no, I was gonna say, is there any limitation on electronic devices?
Yes, there is. Yes and no. Where you can use them, you can certainly bring them. And you're welcome to use them in your room and you're welcome to use them in approved digital areas. For instance, like where our conference room is, and in that entire square right there is a digitally approved area. And you can sit, you can be on your phone, you can have your tablet. They work in the rooms, they work there. They just ask that you don't have, that you put your stuff in airplane mode when you're in the, in the other areas where people may be meditating, where people are relaxing, like you can't use them in a spa, you can't use them in the restaurant, you can't use them in the yoga rooms and things like that. But yeah, like don't walk
Can
around
you
the
use your
property
laptop
talking
at the
on your
pool?
phone to- I believe you can use it at the pool. But what
Like
they're
not to
really
take a
looking
call,
for-
right? Not to take a call, but
Yeah,
to just like
yeah,
if you
that-
wanted to
that-
quietly work at the
That's all they're
pool.
looking for. Right. They're giving you an opportunity to experiment with unplugging, first of all, so that you
Unplug,
can
yeah.
really fill yourself back up. But if you do need to do something, there's areas for you to go to do that. So
Okay.
they're not expecting you to be completely unplugged for 3 days and not ever be on the internet, not ever be on your phone. Absolutely not. You can do that. But there's just certain areas where they would like to keep that contained to, so that it's not distracting to anybody else as well.
I told my husband I'm in prison for 3 days to look at it that way.
Good. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
have a question. So if we plan on reading, should we just like not bring our iPad? It should be like a physical book.
Readers are more than welcome.
iPad has the reader. That's what she's asking. Can we use our iPad to read?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
And also
Absolutely. Yeah.
very important question too, Linda, is there any limitations on alcohol?
No.
Oh, I like you already.
No.
Alcohol and coffee.
They serve alcohol in a Coyote Moon Lounge. That is the only place that they serve alcohol on a property. But yeah, it's not. You can walk around with it. It's all an enclosed property. But and they also serve alcohol by the pool. Now that I think
That's important.
I remember laying by
Yeah.
the pool last year and we laid there a long time and it was a lot of fun.
That's why
We had lots of food and drinks and it was fun. And so, yes, there is not limitations on that either. Let me see.
The only
what
thing
is-
they didn't have was, remember, we wanted French fries and potato chips. That was the only food you couldn't get.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
no.
If you
There
don't
were no
have,
French fries.
yeah, because it's supposed to be kind of healthy, but you really couldn't tell. You could order, if you want steak, they'll make it for you, even if it's not on the menu. Sorry. But that's the only thing that they said we had to go off campus for was French fries and potato chips. So
Well,
bring your own.
Bring your own. Yes.
Yeah,
At least the
it's really
chips.
important to you. I will have a car and I know where the McDonald's is out off the property and I could go get you. So you let me know if it's real important to you and I will make it happen. So,
So is this food,
That's
I've never
right,
been here.
Laura,
Is
I
this like
forgot
an
about
all? Is this an all inclusive as far as food is concerned? Is that what
Yes.
this is? I see. Okay.
yeah, so eat as much as you want, eat eat what you want as much as you want. And the food is incredible. It's absolutely beautifully done. All, created by their chef staff, organic, locally sourced. They have their own farm on property where a lot of the produce comes from. The food's exceptional.
Is it vegan?
It can be. If
No,
you
but
want
it's not exclusively a vegan property.
it is not
No,
exclusively.
I
a
don't
vegan
have to eat
property.
fake cheese and.
You do not. No,
Okay, good.
no.
Remember, I'm
Now,
a farm
if
girl.
you-
I don't
if
like
you're
that.
into fake cheese, they have it.
Yeah.
If you're not, it's okay. Trisetta.
Are there restaurants near the resort, or is it basically eat at the restaurant, or is the goal to eat at the resort?
Yeah, the goal is to eat at the resort.
Okay.
There's a lot of options and they specialize in food allergies, all sorts of things, food preferences. The food is phenomenal. And so I'll give you an example. When I was there on my site visit 2 years ago, when I was checking out this property to see if it would be the right place to bring the circle, so I'm gluten intolerant and so I'm gluten free. And so I had ordered something off of the menu that was gluten free. And then I ordered a dessert and I was just going to go by and pick it up. I was tired and I thought I'm going to, go find a nice peaceful spot on the property to have my meal. And so I ordered it. The chef called me 10 minutes later in my room and said, I noticed you ordered a gluten-free dinner, but the dessert that you ordered is not gluten-free. Is this something that's important to you? Because I have other options. Here's something that you might want instead. And they pay very close attention. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize it wasn't gluten-free. And he's like, well, that's okay. I can create this for you instead. What do you like? Do you like chocolate? Do you like this? Do you like that? And he made me something and it was ready for me and it was beautifully packaged. And I took it to a quiet spot on the property and was amazed. Just absolutely amazed. So yeah, it doesn't matter what you really want or what your preferences are. They
I want to eat a
accommodate.
lot of things. My stomach is a little persnickety, so I just have to.
Right? I would eat everything. My body would let me. It doesn't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Thank you.
if you even want to eat, like we met a couple there, she wanted to come, the guy didn't. And so he even said the food was good because he had steak, potatoes, pasta. He ate totally disgusting off menu, which she said was excellent. So you just have to tell them in advance, right? Or just order it and be willing to wait the 20 minutes. They are very accommodating. So all the men that I had spoken to, or couples that I spoke to, nobody had a problem with anything. If you want to eat healthy, you can. If you don't have to. You can eat whatever you want. The thing is, what I liked was they serve you small portions. So if you want to have a giant steak, like he said, he would always have to order 3 steaks because that's how much he ate. But if you want to try each of the entrees, you can do that and get 3 entrees. So yeah, Renee's right now nodding her head. We tried everything. It was great.
Great.
So
Thank
true.
you, guys.
Yes, absolutely.
Are there little fridges in the room?
Yes, you have a refrigerator in the room as well.
Okay, great.
And the beds, oh my gosh, Laura, do you want to talk about the beds?
beds.
No,
the
because she
beds-
didn't get one.
Well, no,
She keeps
guess-
threatening to buy one.
I was like,
You
yeah,
didn't
no,
get one,
because
did you, Laura?
it was. So if you read the stuff, you read the promo materials and they say they have the best bed in the whole world, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people do. And they said, if you like it, you can buy just the bedding, not the bed, just the linens for $5,000. I said, are you kidding me? What the fuck? There is no sheets worth $5,000, right? So I went there, laid down. Hey, this is pretty good. I had the best sleep of my life. At the end of 3 days, I was seriously considering buying those sheets at $5,000. Although the woman told me when I was talking to one of the staff there, they said, no, wait, they go on sale in blank. So, wait 2 months. So, I mean, you will love their linens. I mean, and their bedding. It is, we all spoke that you go to bed early there because you're so busy. And you sleep all the way through, no drugs, no heavy alcohol, no nothing. It's amazing. Like, and if you do try to not try to stay off the electronics, they're really big on that. I think that makes a big difference too, especially at night. I'll be quiet now.
For your poor voice, I'm very sorry. But yeah, it's true. I mean, it's a little bit daunting because I know that everybody is super busy and you have so much going on all the time, and a little daunting to think about putting your phone away for those couple of days or having yourself be unavailable for those couple of days. If you have something special going on in your life that you do need to remain available, where somebody needs to be able to contact you, please don't feel bad about that. Do what you need to do. And that if you can disconnect as much as you can and take the advantage of that, because it is really helpful and the property is really supportive in that. To be able to immerse yourself into the experience of Miraval is just so good for you, not just physically, but mentally. And I just think it's just good for your soul because you will be so incredibly supported there. And it's a magical, beautiful place. Let me see what else.
Thursday evening.
Thursday evening, yes, thank you, Bobby Jean. So Thursday evening, as people are arriving, because everybody's going to kind of trickle in as they come in. The people on the board will all get there at the same time, but everybody else will kind of be coming in on shuttles or driving in from Phoenix or from wherever they're coming from. Right around 4 o'clock-ish, I'm going to be at the Coyote Moon Lounge, and I'm going to hang out there. And so as you come in, this is something that just happened naturally last time. So we decided to just sort of make it an unofficial thing this time so that people will know to do it if they want to. That's where we're going to be hanging out. So if you want to come by and see, hey, who's here already, or what are you guys doing? Then come on over to the Coyote Moon Lounge. It's right next to registration. It's a very easy property to find your way around, by the way. So, and I think there might be a map online, even if you're somebody who wants to look ahead of time, but you'll get a map when you check in. And you will actually, they'll get you to your room, get you settled. And then if you want to come back to the Coyote Moon Lounge, I'll be hanging out there with everybody else who wants to hang out there until it's time to go to dinner. And so it's very, very casual. It's just come and hang out, say hello, reconnect, have a glass of wine if you'd like, or whatever it is that you like, just come and hang out. And then Friday morning, we have a workshop from 9:30 to 11:30. That'll be in the Anasazi room, which is right off of the patio where your cell phones and stuff are welcomed. So it's right next to the cafe where there's coffee, where there's food, and the conference center and the digital welcome zone all right there. So we'll be there on Friday morning. And we'll be done at 11:30. We'll go to lunch, go do whatever you're going to go do. Grab a Circle Sister, go have some fun. Lorena.
Yeah, I had a question because I signed up for a challenge course activity Saturday morning, which got canceled. But then I want to do one before I go. So I saw there's one for Sunday. But what time should we allot? Like, it ends at 12:30. What time, like, is it at the property? Because I don't want to have to delay my flight, but it is the tightrope one, and that terrifies me, which makes it seem like I have to do it. So,
Yes, I'm so proud of you.
yeah, I just want to know though, do I have to change my flight or not? How much time should I pad
No,
in?
you do not. So check out, you're gonna be out of your room by 11, but they'll come and get your stuff and hold it for you or whatever, and that's all fine. You can stay on the property all the way up until 5 p.m. Like, you don't have to leave the property right away, and they will have shuttles going back to the airport all the way up until 2 p.m. And so depending on when you're flying out, as long as leaving Miraval by 2 p.m. is going to get you to your flight on time, you'll be covered.
Okay,
But
got it. Yeah, because the activity
airports-
ends at 12:30. So is it like 30 minutes back to like the front desk?
No.
It's everything's like at like the property,
Yeah,
even like those challenge
It's
course
on the
activities.
property. Yeah, the
Yeah,
challenge courses are on the property. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I could see it from my room last time.
Yeah.
Maybe if you walk slow in heels, 15 minutes. If you walk fast in flats and Denny's, like 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But they usually, Lorraine.
And if you're doing the tightrope, you shouldn't be wearing heels anyway. So just saying. Don't wear your heels on the tightrope.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Is there a taxi service available from the property? Yes. So a taxi service, not necessarily, but Lyft and Uber both come to the property. So if you have to leave the property and you don't have a car, then you can, Lyft and Uber will both pick you up there.
So the
You can
concierge
also
can
go to the
arrange
front
that.
desk and ask them. Yeah, you can pre-arrange it. Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Great questions. Let me make sure I haven't missed any in the chat.
Linda, is there a couple of things that I could add real quick?
Yes.
Is that all right? So Miraval is a Hyatt property. So if you are a Hyatt member, make sure when you check in, you give them your number. Okay, because you get nights for that. I've been going to Miraval for 14 years. And so it is just a place when you come in the gates and the gates close behind you, it is like an oasis. It's beautiful, and everything is right there. It's within walking distance. It's not a huge property, but yet you'll never see a ton of people. And it's when you check in, they will give you a tour if you ask them. So say, hey, they're very accommodating. They want you to have a wonderful experience. And of course, they want you to return. So, let them know, say, hey, can someone tour me around? And they will be happy to do that for you. And don't overschedule. I just want to guard a bit about overscheduling, because, there's so many cool things to do and you want to experience all of them. And then I think Laura and I talked about that some last time. Some of the things had to be canceled because there were so many things and I wanted to have a little bit of downtime. So just remember to try, not to overschedule.
That's
And
so true, Renee, right? I
Yeah.
mean, because you are tempted, you know what it is? It's like when you first go into a buffet, like that first pass through, you take everything. Don't do that. Go with just, you can always add things.
Yeah. And I would recommend, when you look at their services, to do something that you can't do at home. Like if you can get a massage at home, look for something that you can't do, because Miraval is notorious, and that's part of their draw, is that they have specialty treatments and different type of, they have how do you say it? Venenosa, anyway, it's in the water. Oh my gosh, they are incredible. So it's, if you're, I'm from Houston, so I can get a massage, I can get a facial anywhere all day long. But some of these treatments that I can't get anywhere else, I always get and only get, where I'm in Miraval. So, and you will see people walking around in their robes, even at dinner. They
Mhm.
will be in their robes. They've gone from a treatment or going to a treatment, or they just decide they're gonna be in their robe all day. I don't know. But you will see all kinds. So,
People don't wear makeup
no,
too. I mean, that's
Mhm.
shocking. It was shocking to me, right? It's like,
Yeah.
what? But by the end of the time, you're going to be like, hey, I put sunscreen on, good enough for all of you, right? It is just amazing how
Yeah.
freeing it is. It's
the sunscreen's
true.
very important, Laura. I'm glad, yeah. And they'll remind you, because remember, you're in the desert.
Yeah.
So whatever you normally drink twice as much. And I'm not kidding.
yeah.
'Cause-
They,
And
they have that in the rooms. They give you purified water. So
mhm.
they bring you carafes and it's in the refrigerated section and stuff. So, and there's all these, like, I would say water stations all over you can fill up. If you don't like that, you know what I was really into, that coffee shop cafe that had their special ginger drinks. Oh my God, it's supposed to be hydrating and stuff.
Ah,
Like you put
okay.
vodka in it and you could be just like, whoa, but they don't put vodka in it. I mean, it's much healthier than that, but, and everybody, they have it's their own Starbucks kind of thing. So
Yeah.
don't make yourself crappy coffee or okay coffee. Go to there and they make you any kind of coffee you want, coconut milk, almond milk, oat milk, whatever. So you're paying for it whether you use it or not, right? So
Right. That's all inclusive. You don't feel like you're paying for it, but you're paying for it. So use it. And I want to touch really quick on the resort credits and how that works to make sure that you understand how that works as well. Everybody gets $175 per day in resort credit. Now, the beautiful part about this is that it is cumulative. So it's not like you have to use $175 a day. It adds from day to day to day to day. And so the way that they do that is that you go to the spa, you take your classes, you sign up for what you want to do, you do all of that. And then when you check out, they take $175 per night that you stayed and they deduct that from your bill. So it all adds on itself throughout your stay. So it doesn't disappear. Yesterday's doesn't disappear tomorrow. It adds up for your entire stay and then is taken off at the end. So you will not miss out on any of that 175 per day if you haven't used it one day to the next. Yeah, okay.
Linda, that's
Yeah.
only for the experiences, right?
No, so well, it's
I
for
thought I read that
yes.
it doesn't count towards like alcohol or
It doesn't count towards
that'd be the only other expense.
Right. It doesn't count towards alcohol. It does not count towards the gift shops. But it does count towards classes, towards spa, towards private sessions, equine experiences, any of those things. So the only thing that doesn't count is alcohol and gift shops, but it counts for everything else.
gift shop's really nice too.
Oh,
Like,
a gift shop is
don't
nice. Yeah.
think that it's one of those,
Uh-uh.
touristy souvenir things. So
Mhm.
there's a lot of nice things there. People last time, a lot of people bought clothes, right? Because it was very reasonably priced too. They brought things that I think everybody thought it was more dressy than it was. And, they want to be comfortable. So they had a lot of very comfortable things there, a lot of books matching the classes. I wanted to reinforce what Renee said about trying experiences that you didn't. And, it's great, Lorena, that you're going on that high rope thing. But one of the things was you can't see because I don't have a camera. I took the class on letting things go, whatever. And I made this bowl that's very meaningful for me today that I love. And it's very symbolic of kind of letting things go. So, and I just filled in that time with that class because I had a time and I had registered late, like Linda says, register now, because I waited till right before. And I ended up, that's the only thing that they had during that time. And it was probably the best session that I ever did. So just try different things, because like Renee says, you can always get a facial, you can always get a massage. One of the spa treatments that was really good is I went to one where they give you massage and everything else, but they do assessment on your body. And they say, you have tightness here, you need to stretch here. We suggest you take these classes, and then you can go and modify your schedule for it. If you don't want to talk to somebody, there's this board right outside the registration. It's a rolling interactive board, and it shows you all the most recent available classes that they have. So a lot of people, we would just you have to walk by there anyway, stop and look and see if there's anything you want to switch out. So that was, you know, if you don't want to talk to anybody, because I never want to talk to any of those people because they're so nice. I mean, it's just too nice for me.
That's
So I
funny.
have
They
a
are
question.
super nice. They are so nice. That was one of the most impressive things I think last year, is that there wasn't one person working on that entire property that didn't make you feel welcomed, that wasn't professional, that wasn't there to just make your experience amazing. They all love working there. They love their jobs, and it shows. And it's so just refreshing to be on a property that feels like that. Really quick, I want to make sure that I touch on weather too, because we are going to the high desert. And so for any of you who live where it is humid, you can expect to not be humid in the high desert. So the humidity is much, much lower than a lot of other places across the country, but the temperature can be a little bit higher. So we are there in springtime, and it is northern Tucson. So you can expect temperatures probably in the 80s would be the high, but that's a dry temperature as well. So it doesn't feel as hot, but it is dehydrating. So water is so important. It doesn't get super cold at night. Maybe if we're lucky, we might see like high 50s, low 60s at night. Beautiful for being outside. Yeah, we were there in, I believe, were we there March last year, Laura? And now we're here in April. It might be slightly warmer during the day than when we were there last year, for those who were there last year. But it shouldn't be hot unless, you know, climate change throws us a curveball and go, here's super hot, or here's super cold, or God knows what's going to happen with the weather anywhere on this planet. But typically you're looking at low 80s that time of year for your high. So good shorts weather, but bring like a little sweater for nighttime.
Yeah, it is dry. I ended up having to buy lotion.
Yes, you'll need lotion. They have it.
I've lived in high desert before, and I would imagine this is the same. The nights can get a little chilly, so we're going to want to bring a light little jacket or something for
exactly.
the evening,
It won't
just
be
in case.
anything heavier than what you would need on the airplane, right? So a lot of times airplanes are cold, and so you just bring a little something to throw over so that you're not too cold in the airplane. You shouldn't need anything heavier than that this time of year. But you know, pack according to to your comfort level. If you're somebody who gets cold easily, make sure you have something. If you're somebody that runs a little hot, you're gonna like it.
And if you don't pack it, buy it in the gift shop, right? If you don't have it, just don't worry.
They have
the gift shop's there, they have everything.
And you're there with 24 sisters. Somebody will probably let you borrow something, you know? Like you're amongst friends. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to go. Okay. These were great questions. Great questions. Do you have any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
So for the workshop on Friday morning, is that, like, I've already kind of scheduled my schedule. Was that on the list? Or which we can change the schedule? It's fine. What do we call that workshop, or how do they know that's the one that we're going to?
So that is a great question. The workshop on Friday morning is for us only. So it's a private workshop that is not open to the rest of the resort. And so you're just invited to go. You don't have to go, by the way.
Oh, I would love to go.
Yeah, you can absolutely go. It's a special speaker that we are bringing in, that Navo's bringing in just for us. And she's an incredible speaker. She's going to talk about the power of neutral. So she's going to help with really integrating new habits, how do you get yourself to a place of being super grounded yourself and able to make different choices or receive different things. And she's a fantastic speaker, and we're bringing her in just for us on Friday morning. So, and there'll be snacks in the room too. There will be snacks and coffee and tea and stuff in our room for those 2 hours. But feel free to stop at the smoothie place store and bring something if you would rather have that than coffee and tea. So, yeah, that'll be great question. Thank you. Dinner on Saturday night. So we have a private room at 6 o'clock, and that's off of the Coyote Moon Lounge. And so it's not actually in the lounge, but it's right off of that lounge. So you'll just go back to the little bar area and we will direct you to our private room. And we've got dinner together Saturday night from 6 until 8. There'll be lots of options it'll be served family style, but we've got some of everything there. So I'm really, really confident that you will be able to find exactly what you want for dinner there. And if you don't, then guess what? You get to tell them and they'll go get it for you. Because it's just that kind of place. The get what you want kind of place, which is the only place to hang out with your girlfriends.
Will you be sending us the exact locations of where you just stated, like written somewhere?
It is in your agenda that you should already have, but we will have that for you while we are there on property too. You know, I will take care of you. As you were checking in, you were going to get all of your stuff, and I will make sure that you have everything. You know exactly where everything is, what time it is, and then, you know, the rest of the time you need to do what you want to do. But, you know, we'll all be there together.
Are there any other gatherings like the workshop and dinner that all of us are going to?
No. So,
okay.
So Thursday night, casual stop by as you check in and get settled. Friday morning workshop, and then Saturday night private dinner. And the rest of your time is yours to schedule as you see fit, or to grab a friend and do something with them, or hang out by the pool. Pretty much anytime you stop by the pool, you're going to find somebody from the circle hanging out at the pool. So if you are kind of wandering by yourself thinking, I don't know, maybe I'm done being by myself and want to go find a friend, check the pool. Check the quiet room off the spot. I bet you're going to see some of us there. And if it's after 4 o'clock, check Coyote Lounge.
Yeah.
I bet you're going to find lots of them in there.
It's small enough that even if you don't set up lunch or breakfast or dinner with somebody, I would just go there and there would be people and you would just sit together and meet. I mean, that's how I met Renee, right? We sat on the last breakfast. So, you know, it's kind of weird because we're accustomed to be scheduled and it's like conference and you have to be there or whatever. It's some things you have to schedule, like the experiences, the activities, the spa treatments. But after that, it was kind of like, I'll tell you, when I first went, right, I kind of went because, well, I have to because I was Circle and I was on the board and you're being supportive, but I really didn't want to take the time out to, you know, to do this thing. And so I was going to work. And so the first day I kind of like started to, okay, I'll go to my room, work or whatever, and then come out. And then by the end of the second day, I said, you know, I'm going to try to give this an experience and to let go. And they really talk to you about why you need to let go and all that stuff. And by the end, I was sold, right? I wish I would have started it from the beginning. So I'll tell you, you guys are all, if you haven't been, you're all like me. I know you're like squeezing in little conference calls here or there because you think that person has to talk to you because your business is going to end if you don't talk to them, right? Guess what? It's not. And guess what? For every day that I didn't connect, it was like worth 3 days of the day before where I did connect. So I wish you're spending the same amount of money, you spend the same amount of time, get the biggest bang for your buck. It's an economic thing, frankly. And, you know, it's like being distracted. Would you want your employee working for you 50% of the time and you're paying them 100% of the time because they're distracted? You know, give yourself the grace of that advice or that demand you make of your people and say, if I'm going to be focused on here then, and I'm paying all this money, then I should be trying to maximize my quality of time. Because there were some people who, most of us were like me in the beginning. Some people did not disconnect, and they had less of a good time. They were more fractured. Whereas by the end, Renee, like we were talking, right? We were more who we really are. And it was a lot easier to go back and it's like taking a vacation, only the ratio is like 3-to-1. Like I said, you don't have to worry about making arrangements and traveling and dressing a certain way and impressing people and whatever. If you fully embrace their experience, try not to do the phone thing when you're by yourself and really be present and take advantage. It is probably, like I said, I'd do this by myself, even if it weren't Circle. Renee says she's been doing it. Hey, if you go for how many years is it, Renee? Then you get the special bracelet.
I don't know. They call it their authentic circle. And it's like after you've gone so many years, and I don't remember it. And then they changed it.
They
changed
did.
it. So I don't honestly don't know what it is now. But yeah, you get special deals and blah, 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 all that kind of
You
stuff.
do get special deals because I get stuff all the time now where I'm going, God, I should go. Oh, I can't, I'm going now, right? But yeah, it's addictive, you guys. I mean, this is the bad thing. It is addictive. It's probably the best use of money. It's better than going on vacation.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
So there we go.
Hi, Linda,
It's addictive and I'm your pusher. So there you go.
I have a question.
And we are at the hour. If you need to go, don't feel bad. Go, and we will see you at Miraval. And if you have any questions between here and there, you know where to find me.
Yeah, I had a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a way to send us the anticipated costs before we add on any extras?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I have to get travel insurance. I'm anticipating a possible death in the family.
Oh no, Risha, I'm sorry.
So we're waiting any day now to get word that they've passed, and then I might not be able to come because of that.
Okay.
So
I will send you that that cost. I can get that for you today.
Okay, like an invoice type situation that I can submit to the travel company.
Yeah.
And like, do you know if they do any exceptions for that, for like death in the family? I know you said we can't cancel, but is there any? Can you find out?
I'll find out for you.
Exception. Okay.
Yeah, I'll find out for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
So since she brought that up real quick, I did the travel insurance through the airline because, as you know, I have a situation too, but I think we'll be fine past this. Would there be something required over and above that? So I would like to know if there's an exception, if that were to happen, which I'm not expecting it to.
I don't know, but I will find out for you today. Yeah, I'll check in with them and find out what those parameters are. It's possible that it's possible. I'll find out.
I'm just hoping it doesn't happen because I'm going, darn it.
Right.